Did anybody else's dad tell them growing up you only get one chance to make a first impression? Well, turns out dear old dad's kind of right, at least when it comes to your homepage of your website. But have you ever tried to write or design your homepage before and gotten stuck? Well, that's a good thing, because then the elephant in the room when it comes to homepages has just cozied up and sat in your lap. And now you know that homepages are typically the hardest, even for copywriters. Naturally, they're going to be. You're trying to fit an ocean into a teacup and talk to lots of different types of people at lots of different places in the customer journey. Even if you have a narrow niche, you may have people that want your lowest end product or offer, and you've got people ready to whip out their credit card and pay you for your most premium top tier offer. That's a tall order to arrange content and write copy for. So when it comes to your homepage and writing it to convert, book you more clients, snag you more customers or leads, then I can understand about how it may feel like you're hosting in the days when you were awkward in middle school and had like inflatable chairs in your room for people to lounge on. Kind of awkward. Instead, we want that first impression to be the cool, confident version of you on your website, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through a homepage audit and makeover you can do today to help you book more clients and secure more leads for your creative small business. Hit the like button if this is just what you need, and if we haven't met yet, hey, my name is Ashlyn Carter. I've helped thousands of creative entrepreneurs just like you make more money with their words as a conversion copywriter and brand and launch strategist. And let's get into my first tip. I want you to start your entire homepage design and planning process, and for sure copywriting process, by spitballing a wireframe that you need to arrange the hierarchy of the messaging in. That was a mouthful. Essentially, I'm coming at you and saying that your homepage as it stands may not have everything you need it to have, so I'm gonna give you my list. Okay, for my copywriting for creative students, we go through each one of these in detail, but instead of doing that, because I don't have time in this video, I'm gonna show you this list, and I'm gonna go through and show you some examples of some of these so you at least have enough to get going in this video. So first up, you've got your navigation. I talked about in last week's video some reasons that you've got to simplify that, so be sure to go back and listen to that video. Your second part is the hero section. So before I scroll down above the fold, what am I seeing? What's the eyebrow copy, the headline, the subheadline? Number two, I want you to bring in some real talk with what my team and I call, when we're working with clients, we call it the tough love toast. This is a little bit of agitation copy before the next thing, number four, your value prop. Next up, we call it the 3 cheers section, 3 things that anybody that works with you can expect to find or have. The next piece you need is a social proof pass. Sorry, I have this thing where I name stuff, so these are all Ashlynisms. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Because the next one is the break it down now process. I need to understand in a simple map format how I'm gonna get from being completely in the dark and having this problem that I need solved to getting to where it's solved. The next part, especially if you're a personal brand, is what I call a mentor showcased bio. I don't want to just hear about you, but I want to hear about how you can help mentor me through whatever problem I have. Then I want to see a fork in the road or some sort of product or pricing or getting started guide. Help me understand how I can essentially move to the next step in the process. Next up, give me another social proof pass where you're showcasing how I don't have to take your word for it, but other people agree. Wrap it up with the party favor, a lead magnet, or just a low-hanging fruit way that I can get started. So you don't want to go out on a first date with someone and immediately bring up your wedding colors that you want to have. So we don't want to ask them essentially on your entire homepage, click here to start working with me, so on and so forth. But how can you have an offer that's just a little more low-key, and usually a lead magnet is a great way to do that, so make sure that that is on this page as well. And finally, you'll button that up with your junk drawer footer where you're gonna put everything that did not go in that top navigation. Even unbelievably talented website designers need to remember this axiom that copy dictates design, not the other way around. That's why one of the first steps of writing the copy is outlining the hierarchy of the messaging and what order your ideal prospect or client or customer needs to see these things in when they land on your page. And this is going to come, you're going to understand the order after putting your ear to the ground and listening to all these people in the research phase. I talked about this in a video the other week where I walked through the 7 steps you need to go through if you're doing a website refresh or revamp. I'll link that down below. So the order on these things, that's up to you. I'm just telling you these are the elements I would absolutely highly recommend that you have on your homepage. So your action step here is to go back, jot down those 12 sections, and make note of the things that you don't have and you need. And stick around to till the end, I'm going to go over that hero section that I mentioned, so you'll want to tune into that part as well. If you're really ready to get going, then make sure you look down below and grab my freebie to my Google Docs website copywriting template starter, so you can take what I've talked to you about in here, these 12 things, pull them into that document, and then start writing out that copy before you ever install into your website. Second thing I want you to do is determine your goal for your homepage and establish a conversion rate of sorts to aim for. This one's a freebie. I'm going to pretty much go ahead and tell you what your goal should be on your homepage. Your website homepage is not to teach new visitors everything that you do in one place. Instead, think of it more like the airport terminal. You've got everybody there. Now you just want to make sure that you're sending people to the right gate where they can get on their plane and go on to do their thing. So your homepage goal is to have your website visitor find what they need as quickly as possible. That's it, that's the goal. AKA, no matter what your industry, your niche, or what you do, it's to get them to page 2 in the process, whatever that page 2 may be for them. So pause this video and see if you can answer this question on a scrap piece of paper beside you. What are the top questions or needs someone would have if they landed on your homepage right now? And have you given enough information where that can be solved and helped communicate how they can click over and find that solution? Here's another little gut check for you. Has anybody ever said back to you your elevator pitch or your value prop or your thing? This is where clear copy is so important, because you want not just yourself to be able to memorize your snippets, but you want your ideal customer or client. Some examples of this: people have introduced me before and said, she's a copywriter for creative entrepreneurs, and I know that that's from my messaging. Or other times people said, she's the OG of copywriters for creative entrepreneurs. Again, you see I'm trying to use the same words over and over again, but I took that and stuck it on my website because I was like, okay, this is how they're saying and they're messaging what they call me, so I'm just gonna keep that going. Good messaging is memorable. So see if there's snippets on there that people will be able to say back to you. Third, leverage how people read on your websites and set it up for the skimmer, because people are usually only reading about 20% of all of the copy on your website. The Nielsen Norman Group has been doing research on this for well over a decade at this point, and their website is chock full with so many resources. But here's what their research boils down to. Predominantly, people tend to read in an F-shaped or a Z-shaped pattern when they're on your website and looking through things. So this tells us you need to set up your copy to play to that, which means you need to accept that there's some copy that they may just not read, and that's okay, but are you pulling out and putting in front of their nose what you do want them to read? So an action step is making sure that you're putting the important copy, messaging, and big time CTAs, call to action buttons. You want to put those in a place where they'll actually notice them. So 3 things that you can do today to get this going. You can attract attention with bullets and lists. You can use your most information-bearing words and headlines and subheadlines, and then in bolded or underlined sections of your body copy. And of course, you can design and use your headlines and subhead or crosshead sections well. Comment below with the word switch up if you can already think of a place on your homepage where you could switch up and just change the layout of the copy a little bit to make it more easily accessible and readable for that skimmer. Fourth, you want to make it more testimonial or social proof heavy than you may think. That's why, again, at those 12 sections that I mentioned at the top of this video, I'm asking you at least have 2 sections of what I call social proof passes. I don't think I've purchased anything the past few years without either looking for reviews or asking someone what they thought about it first. Your clients and your customers are looking for social proof or somebody else besides you to say that you're as great as you are when they land on your website. So make that so easy for them to find. And the more specific you can be in your social proof, the better. Don't just give me some fluffy, glowing testimonial. Pull out and highlight the part that speaks to an objection that people always bring up when they're talking to you. Use their headshot, use their first name and full name if you can, or link to their website. Make that person so real to me. Think for a minute about a buying experience that you had recently online, or buying research experience you had. We fairly recently got a net to go over our pool because we have a toddler and another one on the way. So think of an example like that. As you were out there looking for whatever it was that you wanted to buy, were you more concerned about your needs, your questions, your concerns, or were you more interested in learning about each individual company? Well, of course, we care more about ourselves, our priorities, and our challenges, right? But so many creators and creative small businesses websites still talk so much much about themselves. And some of that is important to have in your brand messaging. And that's why I recommend having a brand messaging style guide where you can pocket and have a lot of this information. But the front homepage may not be the place where we need to have those messages quite yet. Because no matter what, when this person, that ideal client or customer, lands on your homepage, they're asking one question: can this girl, can this guy, can this company solve my problem or not? Okay, lastly, I want to talk briefly about that hero section of your website, the part above the fold. Like I mentioned earlier, my dad, maybe an adult in your life, said growing up, you only get one chance to make that first impression. This is it. And a lot of times I see one of two different things. I see too many words or not enough / no words. I did another video recently where I talked about the 3 types of hero sections that you could have here. A quick way to get started are these 3 steps. If you're trying to figure out what messaging should go in that bucket, write down clearly and concisely what you offer, like what exactly is in my swag bag when I leave. Number 2, tell me the most significant way that this changes my life. And number 3, sum those up in one sentence. And that could be a good value prop for you to get started having in that hero section of your website. Like I said, I don't have quite enough time in this video to go into all of those sections, but I hope you at least walk away from this video with some tips on how you can give your homepage a glow up or a makeover today. Also, look below and you can grab my free 44 questions your website must answer checklist. This can help you breeze through making sure this puppy is ready to go out and launch to the world. Now you know how to design and lay out a homepage that brings them all to the yard, but what about figuring out if this website redesign or revamp process is even worth the investment if you're gonna make it back? Well, I've got that teed up for you in the next video. And if you liked this video, let me know by clicking the like button, hitting subscribe, and be sure, as always, to comment below any questions that you may have about your homepage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.